And finally, for today's program, let's turn to David Trim for a look at Adventist history.
This week, see how the church's first missionary was received in Switzerland.
Welcome to This Week in Adventist History. On November 1st, 1874, the first general meeting of Seventh-day Sabbath keepers in Europe was held at Neuchâtel to mark the arrival of John N. Andrews as the Seventh-day Adventist Church's first missionary. Representatives of all the 6 small congregations then existing in Switzerland were present, and they joined Andrews in celebrating communion, which was a joyous occasion. On November 4, 1904, missionary Frank H. Westphal, a native of Wisconsin, arrived in Chile. Westphal had been the first Adventist missionary to Argentina a decade earlier, had returned home to the US due to ill health in 1901, but he now returned to South America to become the first superintendent of the new Chile-Bolivia mission. He remained in Chile for 16 years, becoming first president of the Chile Conference in 1907, when Bolivia became a separate mission. There were 290 Seventh-day Adventists in Chile, but by the time Westphal left in 1920, there were nearly 1,000, and today there are over 100,000. November 5, 1889, was the last day of the 28th General Conference session, which had been held in Battle Creek, Michigan, with 109 delegates attending. The 1889 session goes down in history for 2 reasons. It was the first session to be attended by more than 100 delegates, and it was the last annual session. For that session took the decision that thenceforth General Conference sessions would be biennial. 14 years later they became quadrennial, but since 1970 they have been quinquennial. That was This Week in Adventist History.